So if you're thinking about building here in Delaware, buying a home in here in Delaware, I have the perfect video for you today. Guys, I am super excited. I'm here in Greenwood, Delaware. We're here at Beracah Homes, and we're gonna be doing something a little bit different in this video. So I'm actually going to be interviewing the CEO of Beracah Homes, the actual, the head honcho, Roger Collison. We're gonna get through this and we're gonna be asking him questions about the process, because in this particular campus here, as you'll see, they actually build modular homes. So we're going to be talking all about modular homes and how these can be completely customized to however you want it on your own lot. And we're going to actually tour some of the models. We're going to find out a lot of information. It's going to be super educational. I'm going to learn something. You're going to learn something. And we're actually going to tour the factory where these things actually get built. So it's definitely going to be a video that you're not used to. So again, my name is Brandon Windom. I help people buy and sell homes here in Delaware. I've lived here my entire life. And on this channel, I talk about what it's like living here in Delaware. And if you potentially been thinking about buying or selling a home here in Delaware, I love to have a conversation. I'll put all my info on screen now, and you can feel free to reach out. You'll actually get me, not a team member. It'll actually be me. And we can have a conversation to see if it made sense for us to work together. But with that being said, let's go in here. Let's meet Roger and talk about this process.
Hey, Brandon.
How's it going, Roger?
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through and showing us this. So this is Roger Collison. This is the CEO of Beracah Homes here. He's going to take us through the Hawthorne. What is this?
The Hayshaker.
The Hayshaker.
The
Sorry about
Hayshaker,
that.
yeah.
The Hayshaker. He's going to take us through the Hayshaker. We're going to go through it. We're going to ask him some questions, and then we'll move on. After here, we'll go to the factory, see how everything is made, and then we'll see some of the other models, and we'll be able to ask questions all in between, and we'll see the design studio as well. So, I mean, I guess the first question I would have would be, I mean, just tell us a little bit about, Beracah Homes, how you guys got started.
Hey, Beracah Homes started in 2003, so we've been around for 21 years now. And my father started it with his partner, my best friend, Jeff Bowers, and they were a dairy farmer and a state trooper, and they ended up buying the former Nanticoke Homes factory that went bankrupt in 2002. And so just started from scratch, started wholesale selling strictly to builders themselves. And eventually through the years, we became retail to customers as well as wholesale to builders. So we've been around here and we build all over Delmarva, right? So from Elkton, Maryland, all the way to Cape Charles, Virginia, anywhere on the Delmarva Peninsula, we build on customers' land and customize. And so we've been here for a while and loving it and loving serving the local community.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, yeah, because local born. You said, dairy farming. Keeping our bones strong, and then with Jeff keeping our cities strong and everything like that with the police force. Yeah. So you guys have deep roots here, been here forever, and that's one of the things that I'm starting to see. We kind of see a little bit less of here in Delaware with the major builders and everything coming in, but we have Jeff here. Is
lots of great local builders and
I said Jeff, Roger.
Oh yeah, no, lots of
Roger.
Lots of great local builders to choose from, and we think Beracah is a great alternative to traditional construction. So we are modular, but we customize everything. And as we go through the factory, I'll explain a little bit about what's different between modular and what they call stick-built or HUD code, mobile home, whatever, what's the differences, and sort of give you a 101 on that.
Okay. Yeah, see, like I told you guys, we're definitely going to learn something in this video. So I know you may not have been thinking about that, but we're definitely going to learn. We're going to find out some new stuff on this video here. So I guess you want to get us through and just kind of show us through the model here? So the process when you started is kind of more so the same, right, Roger? I mean, we're going to come here. This is the sales center here, in the Hayshaker. Obviously, it doubles as a model that we can see here, and it's we'll just start here in the sales center for the most part, and then we'll go around. I guess just tell us a little bit, I guess, about this floor plan, or
This is the Hayshaker model. This is where the customer journey starts. You'll come here and meet one of our sales team. You can tour all three models and then get a factory tour as well. And this particular model is that modern farmhouse design that's so popular. And so it's got a gourmet kitchen and first floor master suite. It's an excellent floor plan.
Is granite or
quartz countertops? Okay. Granite standard. Quartz is an upgrade. We can talk about that in the design studio. But really nice finishes in this one.
Okay. Definitely. And again, like I said, we're just gonna do a little tour in this one. You definitely want to stick around to the end. Like I said, we're gonna see the factory. We're gonna see how this house was actually made and put together, the materials, everything else. And we'll go through the design center because, like I said, you're gonna come through this as trying to take you kind of as a customer coming through the journey, or someone looking to buy. And we'll see the factory, which I think is gonna be really cool because I mean I've never seen a house being built before. I mean, like actually being worked on. So we'll go through that, and then, like I said, at the end we'll tour the other model. So you definitely want to stick around to the end. And so I know you said we do a lot of, you do, completely custom.
Yeah.
So I mean, on these floor plans, I mean, can you make them as big as you want to make them? Or?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
we do starter homes from 1,000 square feet all the way up to 8,000-9,000 square foot mansions on the water.
Okay.
So everything's customizable. We got about 85 floor plans on the website. And but again, people come in with napkin floor plan, where they've sketched it out, or they come in with other floor plans, and we can customize it and make it suit the modular construction process. One thing to note is we don't have our own communities, so customers normally have their own land, or they're working with an agent like yourself to find land and then build their custom dream home. And so we build all the way from Elkton, Maryland to Cape Charles, Virginia, anywhere on the Delmarva Peninsula. So.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's one of the things with this particular that makes this a little bit different, that you are going to actually, where you're going to have your own land, and then they're going to, put that house on the land for you. So it's a little bit different than your traditional, I guess, subdivision where you would just go and just pick your house. You're going to have your own land when you come in. Obviously, I can help with that process as well. And for that, you guys handle all the permitting and everything that they need on that, as far as going through city code.
Turnkey, survey, permitting, design. We have our own designers, and so we handle it all, soup to nuts, till you take the key and settlement, whether that's a cash purchase or finance.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's one of the good things is that you're going to see the process from start to end. So I mean, I guess we can move around a bit, a little bit more in here, so they can see a little bit more. And yeah, so can you bring your own plans as well? Like if you
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of customers have been looking online, finding house plans that they like, and so they'll bring a plan and say, hey, do you have something like this?
Okay.
And then the salesperson will really just work with you based on what your needs are.
Okay.
Because getting to know the customer based on how many bedrooms you need, what's important, open floor plan, 1 level, 2 level, and so we start with that. We got lots of floor plans to choose from, and if they come in with something that they found online, then we'll be able to modify it.
Okay. So you guys heard that. I mean, I know y'all love y'all ranchers, so we definitely have the ranchers, primary suite, 2-story. So anything that you need can actually be built, for the most part here at Beracah Homes. So I guess do you want to move on to maybe showing the factory?
So hey, let's go to the factory and see how these things are made. One of the interesting things you and I talked about is not every builder wants you even on their job site. When, especially the national guys, they don't want you anywhere near while they're building. With here, there's nothing up our sleeve. You can not only see the homes being built in the factory, but you can watch your home being built in the factory, come in and take photos, and talk to the workers. So it's really exciting.
That's crazy. So we're going to head to the studio, not the studio, the actual factory right now. And one of the cool things that I like about this whole campus, I mean, obviously you'll see it in some of the drone shots, everything is right here on premises. So we're not going to have to you're not going to have to go somewhere else or drive, an hour and a half away to go see where your house is once you're here. So I know you said there were a couple factories. So you said.
So we're the only modular home factory on the Delmarva Peninsula.
Okay.
We're local, sort of the shop here by here kind of thing. There are some factories out of Pennsylvania that do ship down down here into Delaware and into the Eastern Shore of Maryland. But we're the only local factory.
So yeah, so I mean, so that's great. I mean, because you're in Delaware, you're here. Your property is going to be in Delaware. Your house is going to be in Delaware, so it doesn't have to take a long 6-hour ride from somewhere else. So wherever you buy your land at, it's coming from here to go there. So, and then you can always come check on it. So
it's great, So we get people all the way from southern Eastern Shore of Virginia driving all the way up here because you can see the design studio, the models, the factory, and get all your questions answered in one location.
Okay. one of the main differences that I don't think a lot of people know about is the difference between modular, stick built, and then manufactured. Because a lot of times when I say a manufactured home, or I mean when I say a modular home, because they are a little bit more prevalent out here, more so somewhere else, they think I'm talking about a mobile home.
Right.
And so, I mean, can you just clear up the difference between those, between, you know, the regular traditional stick built outside, you know, what we have here inside of a factory, and then manufactured home?
Sure. There's really only two building codes: the International Residential Building Code and the HUD code. So stick built, modular, what they would call prefab or concrete insulated forms, panelized. All those are built under the International Residential Building Code. So there's really no difference on the financing and the construction materials. It's just the method and the order in which it's built. So here at Beracah Homes, you know, we're modular. We're built inside the factory. So you'll see in the warehouse as we go through, the lumber's not getting wet, it's not getting rained on, and what have you. The HUD code is the mobile home or the trailer that most people think of, and they get a vehicular title, right, versus a deed.
Because they can just pick it up and go.
Exactly. So what we're gonna, what you'll see is really no difference. My dad called it off-site stick built. Because you'll see in here, there's really no automation. We're stick framing this thing in the factory. We're taking it down the line, and then we're delivering it to the job site about 60% complete.
So I would mean, just hearing you talk, I mean, I would say that one of the, I guess, advantages is, like I said, is that it's all in a controlled environment, and we don't have to worry about, especially sometimes with weather happening, and you know, if you're getting your house built, because builders will tell you all the time, like, oh, hey, depending on weather or what happened, you don't have to worry about that here. So your house and your wood and everything else isn't exposed to the elements beforehand. So I mean, do you think that, you know, makes a big difference in, like,
I think it does. I think it does. You know, you don't get the, especially on the floor systems, you don't have a lot of the rain sitting on the subfloors and things like that.
Yeah, so I mean, again, like I said, one of the differences, I mean, if you had to say, would there be any other, you know, advantages to build, you know, a modular to, I mean, I guess for all intents and purposes, a stick built home, because that's what we usually see.
I think typically the benefits of modular are speed. It's built in a weather-tight environment, or at least a climate-controlled environment, and the quality control. Because we have our own quality control people in here walking the line, inspecting at every station. So I think the quality control is probably the most important.
Yeah, because I mean, on a regular job site, I mean, like a project manager could get around, but you know, at each, it seems like here, at least from just looking and seeing everything around, at each step, there's some sort of quality control before it moves into the next step.
Yeah, let's go down into the production area, and then we'll see that.
So I had to take the mics off. Obviously, it's an active work site, so it's a little loud. So I know we were talking about speed and you know, kind of efficiency. So I mean, for a regular, you know, 2,000 square foot home or something, how long are, you know, we potentially talking until, you know, we get it into the ground and everything else?
Well, the house, once it's got the permit, we've designed it, we've got the building permit, we'll start it in the factory. Each home is about 10 days in the factory. So from each station, from framing, electrical, rough end, plumbing, all the way down, we're about 10 days until it comes out the other side of the factory.
That's really fast.
And then from there, you know, delivered to the job site, set with a crane, and then the site work starts, which typically takes anywhere from 30 days to maybe 4 months.
This production line, because it's really impressive. I mean, we're building, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like 10 houses getting built in here at one time. So yeah, it's really impressive.
So here, the first station is framing. You'll see this box is almost ready to go. 2x10 floor joist, 2x12 floor joist with 2x6 exterior walls, 16 on center. Zip wall exterior sheathing with the weatherproof OSB.
Oh, so that's really good. I mean, it has the weatherproofing, but obviously, since we're being built here, we're not gonna use it as much as you would see in a regular outside home.
If it's not a state of emergency, we're here working even with rain and snow. So over here, you'll see the floor system being built, the deck. Then the walls are built just like they would be on site. They lay the walls out, build them, stand them up. So we're basically, you know, stick framing here in the factory.
That's awesome. So I mean, I know we mentioned it before. So you said, like, you know, obviously you can, like, people can come here and like check on the actual process of their home inside the factory.
Yeah, so a customer can actually tour their house being built. A lot of them want to see the process ahead of time.
Okay.
But then when their house is being built, they can come in and see it, see it being built. And again, the quality control that you'll see is second to none, I think. You'll even see little riders here on the side of the boxes that show the QC manual or the QC process, where our inspectors and third-party inspectors from the state are coming in and checking our work.
So I guess one of the questions that I guess I would be asking, because on a regular build site, you may have like inspections that happen like by a third-party inspection. Does that still happen with these, or does it happen when they actually go to this?
So every inspection that the site builder has to go through, we have to go through them and more.
Okay.
So we have a third-party inspector. We have the local inspectors that inspect our third-party inspections.
Okay.
And we have our own QC people that are walking down and marking any deviations.
Okay. And then, I mean, as far as I know, like in a traditional build, they'll do it like, when they're coming up like for like drywall and everything, like where they want certain things. Does the customer come back in and say like, hey, I need this outlet posted here beforehand, or is that done?
What makes it quicker is because the production process is so quick, you have to have all the questions answered up front.
Okay.
Because once we start, we're rolling on through it.
Okay, yeah,
So
so
everything gets done on site. So you're not going to frame it and then go, hey, where do I want my lights? It's all been done. All the material's been ordered because it's installed by the time it leaves the factory.
Okay. So I mean, so all that's kind of all hammered out during the design process.
Yep.
Okay. So it's a little bit more in depth than some of the other ones, because I know at least for, I usually sell mostly, traditional style homes, and I'll have the client and they'll say, okay, drywall's about to go up.
Right.
Where exactly do you want these outlets? Where do you want this? Or they have that like pre-drywall inspection. So that already that already happens beforehand.
From the time it is framed, rough in, electric, plumbing, insulation, drywall is about 4 or 5 days. So it has to be decided ahead of time.
Okay, so I mean, that being said, I mean, are all these other builders just slacking? Because I mean,
no, it's just it's a different process.
Yeah,
so there's
I got
pros
you.
and cons with both styles.
So I mean, I know we talked about a bunch of the advantages and everything. I mean, what do you think maybe a disadvantage would be for a modular style build?
So there are certain design limitations. We have to build these modules in a way that can be carried down the road at 60 miles an hour, picked up with a crane. So one advantage is the structural integrity of the units are much stronger than a traditionally built house. Having said that, I still have to get it down the road.
Sure.
So heights, ceiling heights are an issue. If you wanted 12-foot sidewalls, I can't do that in the factory because I can't get it down the road.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so and I mean that's funny you bring that up, because I know a lot of people would think that maybe the houses weren't as strong because they're being dragged around. So that's not the case. Is that they're built even stronger because they have to withstand maybe a 200-mile trek if you're talking about somewhere else that isn't Delaware. So I mean, I guess since we're talking about, can you kind of tell us the process of once we get out of here, out of the facility onto the actual site, like like pouring foundation and everything else?
Yeah. So while we're in here, the foundation is being completed on out in the field.
Okay.
All right. So we got the permit. Foundation starts. Production materials are ordered. Production starts in the factory. About 10 days later, it comes out. It's got most of the drywall on. It's had its inspections. The kitchen is in, but not the countertops. Okay. Because those are too rigid to ship.
Yeah.
We don't want any risk of damage.
Yeah.
And so then once we get on site, we'll set it with a crane, and then the finished work starts.
Okay. And then from that finished work out there, like how long that's when we're in the elements then.
Right.
So like how long does that usually?
So it can last anywhere from 30 days to 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
On a real custom build, it might be 5 or 6. We built $1.5 million homes.
Okay.
And so there's so much more site work on those. So if you had like a small ranch home, the day it's set, they're usually done by noon.
Oh wow.
Shingles are on, weather tight, the door's locked.
Oh wow. So yeah, I mean that's nuts to think about, to have that type of quality, but still have it done, so fast. Because a lot of people equate, time to quality, and I mean that's not the case. I mean here, because I mean it's going through even more inspections and whatnot.
People build their car in a factory, production for efficiency, quality control. You're not going to order the parts and build it in your driveway. You have no efficiency. So we have efficiency gains from traditionally built homes, but there are some limitations, and some of that's in design phase, but very few. I mean, I would venture to say 95% of all homes and home designs can be modularized.
Okay. And then I mean, because I know since we're talking about they bring their own land and everything like that, I mean, I kind of know this already, but these can be financed, just with regular financing, VA if you're, a veteran, FHA, conventional. I mean, I guess if we're in a certain part that that qualifies for USDA, you can do that. So
no,
I mean,
no differences between traditional homes and Beracah homes, not modular homes. There's no difference.
Okay, and then I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, do you guys offer any type of like in-house financing or?
No, we don't. Customers can bring any lender.
Okay.
Obviously, we prefer local lenders. They know who we are. They know our quality.
Sure.
And it just works more seamlessly than a national.
Okay.
But we have recommendations. But obviously, it's the customer's decision who they finance with. We work with all kinds of banks and lending institutions.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, that's a good thing. I know, like some people when they talk about custom-built homes or they talk about the land package, they don't believe that they can use, these regularly available loans, and that's not the case. Because I think a lot of people, like I said before, confuse modular with manufactured, where they can't be, financed the regular way.
Yeah, exactly. The mobile homes, just as a side note, and I don't know whether it's relevant or not, the mobile home community has tried to use the term modular, which sort of grazes the line, which sort of gives them some validity. But if it's HUD code, it's HUD code.
Yeah, exactly.
For financing, one thing that I would say that your customers aren't aware of, because the easiest thing, the quickest thing is to go buy something that's on the market. Nobody lives there. I can settle quick and I can move in, right? This is a little more lengthy process to build a custom home. But the financing, it really isn't that hard. So most lenders have a construction loan program. So it's a construction to perm. It's a one-time close. So you settle on the loan. Draws go to the builder, like us, who would build the home and take draws as the home is completed. And then at the end, you sign the paperwork that says it's all complete, and that converts into a permanent 30-year mortgage.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I've heard of those, and I mean, a lot of people have. So, but you're aware of those, and you guys accept those here. So I mean, no difference. So that's another good thing. So I mean, everything is done here. I mean, like it's kind of, I mean, as we're seeing it going by, everything, even the plumbing, the electrical, and everything else is done here. So, I mean, I know we talked about the difference between modular and stick built. So, I mean, like, as far as what kind of sets you apart from, I mean, either other traditional stick builders or even different modular builders.
Gotcha. Well, I think our production process is very much like stick built. It's just done in a quality controlled environment. So we're stick framing on in station one. There's not a lot of panelized and offline assembly, pre-assembly. You can see we're pulling the rafters up one by one. That entire roof system now hinges, so it folds flat to go down the roof. When it gets on site, they pop the roof up, brace it, put the mods together, right? So we build things in here with traditional methods, but we also design them in a modular specific way so that we can hinge these rafters.
Yeah, because like I see that they're all built in like boxes, and then I guess the boxes are put together, right?
Yeah, boxes are modular, call them boxes or floors, whatever. So framing, rough-in electric, rough-in plumbing, blown-in blanket insulation for an R24. Everything's air sealed. And now you'll see in this one, it's already drywalled, and now we'll get down into trim, paint, cabinetry, all in the factory.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I really do like that. I mean, like it's something that you really don't think about until like you're actually here at one. And, how much the weather can affect, what's going on. Because I mean, I've even heard like painters, like if it's too humid somewhere, like the paint, and that's where you get that cracking and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously, this is all built here, and we put up. You still have some of the, some of the settling and all that other stuff that happens, correct?
Yeah, you'll get some settling on site, as any builder will over that first year. But what's one thing that's remarkable about us, even from other mod companies, the crane companies will tell us too. Our houses are usually even more heavy. We put more lumber in than a traditional site-built house, certainly from the national guys, because it needs to be so rigid going down the road and picked up with a crane. So the drywall, the paint, the finish, all that is intact going down the road and even getting picked up with a crane. That first year you'll have some drying, it's more from the drying from the lumber, and then you'll get settling. So almost any builder is going to have some drywall cracks or settling that first year, and that's all under warranty.
Yeah. So I mean, so I know, like I said, I just keep comparing this to like stick build and regular construction. So I mean, is there like, I know they usually have like the 11-month warranties or anything. Is that something that you guys do?
We do a 1-year walkthrough.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And there's a 10-year structural warranty, but we've never had a structural issue in 21 years. Like these homes are they're very solid. They're very well built. And if you come to the factory, I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's stronger than a site built house. Period. Right. From floor assembly, glue, nail, screw, The exterior walls, 2x4, 16 on center. All of it is just, it's an extremely well-built house.
I mean, I know this is kind of weird, but like me just thinking, like I said, I mean, like being inside a temperature controlled, I mean, I gotta think that fatigue and something like that would set in for the actual workers, here against to the outside. So, I mean,
Well,
I feel like, if it's super hot, it's like, I'm just trying to get this done. But here, I'm in a controlled environment.
when it's snowing out, this is a nice place to work.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's 95 degrees out and you're shingling back here, it's better than being out in the field.
Yeah.
Now, on a really nice 70-degree day, I'd probably rather be outside.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't. Obviously, we don't know, but I mean, I would think that things are less. There's less of like, oh, I'm just trying to wrap this up so I can get home, like because it's super hot outside.
No, we've got employees that have been here for 21 years.
Okay.
From the day we started, and it's a great place to work. And I mean, you learn a lot of different skills. There's great teamwork in here, and you're dealing with local people too, not subs from off the shore that are coming in and flying out and
that's another thing that I mean, like everyone who's building these houses, I mean, you know who these people are, you know their work and everything like that. I mean, with some of the other ones, I mean, they sub out work. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast.
Not sure who you're getting to work on your house.
Yeah. So I mean, so it's all local people that have been with the company and.
Here's a nice cross section. Sure. All right, so this is a little bump out, so you can customize this little bump out versus just having a straight mod.
Okay.
This is showing the blown-in blanket insulation, the foam air sealing all along the bottom plate to keep air from moving through the wall system.
Sure.
This one's already getting trimmed out with that flat panel trim.
Okay.
A lot of this, since this is going to marry up to another box, a lot of this is going to get finished on site.
Okay.
So based on the design, there'll be more finished on site versus in the factory.
Sure.
You see the orange piping? That's for sprinkler systems. All Maryland homes get a residential sprinkler system.
Okay, so this is a house going to Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm always scared of that because I see it sometimes in like 55 plus communities. Like what happens if it trips or something like that? Something weird happens.
That's So there's really not much to worry about as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
Because it's not in the movies you see the sprinkler alarm going off and the whole and it's everybody's getting wet. Yeah. With residential sprinklers, it's only in the room where the heat is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it only goes off when that heat bursts that little bubble. So you're not going to get the whole house wet.
Okay, so but I mean, speaking of that, I mean, I know it's not a code here in Delaware. If someone wanted to get that added, they could though.
They can. It could be an option, and of course, I don't know that Delaware will adopt it, but certain municipalities do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think no one wants to add an additional cost to homes, especially how high they're getting.
Not really,
now,
and new construction is very safe.
Yeah. Okay.
The drywall's done, paint's on, and cabinets are going in, and they're wrapping it with plastic, getting ready to send out the door and to the job site based on rain. You could get some rain on delivery. Obviously, we're only going to set the house on a day that's clear.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it's literally like a factory. It starts from the beginning stages, and it just works down the line. Coming down here, which is. I mean, it's really great. And then you just go right out that door and they put it
right out the door and they
truck.
deliver it on a truck and pick it up with a crane, set it, and finish on site.
Okay. Wow. So, I mean, I guess explain to me how the actual process getting it from here to, the actual site goes.
Gotcha. So our trailers have hydraulics on them. So the track trailer will back in, lift this unit up and take it outside. They'll strap it down and hopefully take it right to the job site.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, and then it's already all wrapped up and airtight. I mean, while we're going down,
right. It'll be weather tight there. We'll put some plastic on the roof if it does have to sit in the yard for a couple days prior to delivery.
So have you ever had like someone lose a house? I mean, that's a crazy thing to see. Like oh, we don't know where your house is.
So we don't do that high volume, but so we'll definitely know.
Yeah.
They'll even paint the house number where it's going.
Okay.
So it makes it easy for the guys in the yard when they're ready for delivery to grab that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like if two houses were going at the same time and like something got crossed and the wrong house gets sent to the wrong place. But
don't jinx me. Don't jinx me. That hasn't happened yet.
So I mean, speaking of, I know you said you don't do that many. So how many homes do you usually produce a year here at Beracah?
So right now we're about 85 homes a year. That's down a little bit from the peak, and but we're focusing on quality, customization over quantity.
Okay, and then I mean, are most of those from actual built to customers, or they're going to be like more so like the wholesaling or like
we vary. So We sell direct to builders as well.
Okay.
But for the most part, that I would say like 75% of that is direct to a consumer on their land with their design. We don't really do inventory homes and just stack them and wait for people to purchase. So it's every single one is already designed and ready for a customer.
Yeah. So I mean, each one of these homes are like pretty unique. For I mean, like you're gonna get a one-on-one for the most part.
That's right.
Okay, so this is kind of like a question. I mean, I'm sorry, audience, this is a question I need for me, okay? So for the most part, I know you said wholesaler. So I mean, if I was an investor or a builder or something like that, I could just have you build all my homes and just like kind of credit it you for them and like sell these homes secondary, like kind of like a reseller for the most part.
Most modular factories are strictly wholesale to builders and developers.
Okay.
We're one of the few that are retail to customers as well as wholesale to builders and developers. So you can buy the wholesale product from us and then do all the finish work yourself in the field, and that's your product and under your brand.
Okay, so this is kind of like peeling back the curtain a little bit, showing the industry secrets, because maybe some of those builders, may have a Beracah home there, but they're calling it something else. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's super cool that you can just, if you wanted to get into the land game, I mean, eventually, hopefully one day, but.
So it's for property flippers and investors, if you can't find, and it's very difficult to find good properties to flip right now. Maybe you find a land or a tear down. You could buy the mods direct from Beracah. We do all the design and the mod construction first, and then you have a lot less to do in the field. And so now you can become a builder without having to go through all the pains of learning soup to nuts.
So all you investors out there, I know we don't do a lot of investor content here, but I mean, if you're looking to invest, is another good option, as well as for anybody looking for a custom primary home themselves. I mean, when we said it was a one-stop shop, we weren't playing. I mean, everything you need from, start to the end for the most part is going to be here on premises. So right now we're in the design studio. So I guess, can you kind of just take us through what it would look like, when we're coming into the design portion of the build?
Once you've picked your floor plan, you've customized the layout, then you come into the design studio to pick all your colors. Exterior, siding, shingles, windows, interior doors, flooring, cabinets, countertops, plumbing fixtures, all that gets done right here. We bring in lunch for the customer, and you, make as many changes as you need. Then once you fixed it all, or you finished it all, you sign off, and then we start in the plant.
So I could imagine, I mean, like when you say lunch, do you mean like breakfast and dinner as well? Because I'm sure it's an all day thing.
Absolutely. There's times when it's three hours, and there's times when it's a day and a half. And it's really helpful, actually, when the customer's done a lot of research online to see what colors and patterns, and then our design coordinator walks them through their selections.
So can they, so I mean, because I've heard this happen one or two times, can they bring like additional family members with them to the design, like, or maybe if they have a design, like a interior designer or something?
We get, of course, we get the customers, we get family, we get kids, we get dogs, we get all of it in here.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I've actually heard that, like, there was someone, a little bit ago, they had their niece or something was an interior designer, and they wouldn't let them come to their design studio.
The nationals have too many rules. If you're a local guy, local builder, you're gonna want to accommodate the customer's wishes.
So I mean, I guess, can you just kind of take us through, like, I guess what maybe some of the standard, I mean, are like standard, or what the
So I mean, vinyl siding standard. Limited lifetime architectural shingles from Owens Corning, standard. So really, my dad's philosophy when we started this is don't cut corners. Right? And his tagline was, only costs a little more to go first class. So what you're going to find here is a really nice standard selection, more so than what you'll find at the National. So granite countertops, and LVP flooring and all that kind of stuff. So we're Kohler faucets and fixtures. So we're just not cutting corners.
So, I mean, for different, I guess like different design choices, or I guess like the actual overall model, do standard features vary in each one? Or?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
We'll have standards, and they're clearly marked in here with little stickers. What is your standard range and what's an upgrade range? So we make it easy.
And I mean, I know at least for the, I mean, like what would a standard or like an upgrade like kind of package usually like go? Obviously,
so like the national guys are going to do like upgrade 1, upgrade 2, upgrade 3. They're going to keep it simple. Here, everything's upgradable.
Okay.
So your trim's upgradable, your cabinets are upgradable, your flooring's upgradable, your shower tile shower, will be custom quoted. So it's not cookie cutter like you would find with a national.
Okay. And so I mean, when it comes to that, I mean, what are the, because I know people are going to ask, everybody wants to know. So what is like the typical, I guess, like amount for like a pretty standard home as far as like price wise? I mean, because we're not including land in this, obviously, but just like for one of your builds, like, a typical model with, standard stuff, like what do you usually see the price points vary?
So if you've followed the market at all, it's so crazy. When we first started, we were $70 a square foot.
Oh, wow.
And this was like 20 years ago. And now you're going to be, give or take, $150 a square foot and then up. And that sounds like a crazy number to even say out loud, but it's gone crazy over the last few years as far as what things cost. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the weird things, even me, like, being younger, just seeing the way prices have changed. And I mean, after a pandemic, I feel like we jumped in the future maybe 10 years. Everything
when
goes
it comes,
up, it rarely comes down.
Oh yeah, always. So I mean, it's one of those things that kind of make you. I'm trying to think of the word to use, but it's more so numb. Like you see, like, what is this going for? And you're just like, what? It's crazy.
So the crazy thing is, though, if you're looking to buy or build, whether you're buying existing, looking for land, or custom building, almost without exception, it's better to do it now than later.
Oh, always.
Look back through the last 20, 50, 100 years, everything's going to go up. So you really shouldn't wait. The more you wait, the higher the price goes.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and then people may be looking at this and, oh, you guys just want to sell. Like, I mean, I don't know. Wait for the crash if you want to. I mean, like, people say they wait for the rates to go down, but the rates will go down, the price of the house will go up. Yeah, I mean,
you didn't save anything. So really, it's best to buy now. Yeah. This is good financial advice. Buy now if you're going to hold it for a long time. If the rates drop, refi. Otherwise, you've got the best price. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, do whatever suits you. You know what I mean? It's all it is. I mean, obviously, I'm a firm believer in real estate. He is as well. So, I mean, whatever suits you, obviously. But if you're watching this, you're looking at probably buying a house. So, so I guess we can, I don't know, is there anything else that you think we should know about, in this design studio? Or? If you buy with Beracah, you're gonna come pick out all your custom cabinets, countertops, flooring, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna make it easy for you, so you don't have to run all over the countryside finding vendors. Like a small builder would. Yeah, so I mean, that's one of the great things. Like I said, it's a one-stop shop here, and I mean, all of it's here. Like you go to the sales center, you get through all that engineers because they're all in-house and everything is here. And then after that, you're gonna come pick this out, and then you can go see your house get built, which is crazy to me. Like it's just all here. It's a very different experience than someone's typically used to, at least what I'm used to when it comes to, building the traditional way. That's right. So okay, guys. So I mean, you've seen the beginning process into the sales center. You saw the house is actually being built. Then you saw the design studio where you can pick those like little features and everything. So let's actually go see, some of the finished products. So they have two more here on premises. So we have the Ingleside and then the Craftsman. We're gonna go through this Ingleside here. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath. It's about 1,500 square feet. Again, I mean, we've been talking about the whole video. Everything is custom, so we can make this bigger, smaller, whatever you want to do. But let's go in here and check it out and just see what a finished product, kind of a basic finished product will look like. Okay, so here we are in the main living area. Like I said, this is a ranch style home, 1,500 square feet. And I kind of just wanted to show this because this is kind of like what a basic, kind of like the standard feature build out would kind of look, because I know we talked in this video about all these customizations and how much, you can make things custom. So
Again, it's so hard to kind of like do these, and just because you have such a level of customization in these type of homes. But this is kind of like what a basic one would look. You know, if you had a nice little plot of land and you just wanted to build a house on here. So I mean, you got the LVP, you got the natural light coming through the window there. You know, the dining room table, you know, to eat in, or if you wanted to, you know, do something else here, you could do that as well. The little island, um, the island with the, you know, place you can sit down and eat. A very simple but executed very well. You know, just a nice home. If you're looking for something, you know, a little bit smaller because you're retiring or downsizing or anything like that. You got the, you know, countertops, undermount sink. You got the backsplash, the cabinetry. You know, as you see now, it's a lot of grays. I know sometimes it's kind of going out or what have you, but like again, all this can be customized. But this is just what this the Ingleside model would look like. Just, you know, pretty bare bones. And you got some additional storage here, and you got all the bathrooms coming back here. I've kind of mastered this art of moving backwards. So in here would be where your washroom would be. Not your washroom, sorry, your laundry room, washer and dryer, water heater, and then you have an accent room here. You said sizable room. Uh, you know, pretty sizable. I mean, you got a table, everything else you need in here. We can come out of here again. Like I said, I don't want to bore you guys to death. I mean, I know when we come through some of these houses, I mean, they kind of look more so the same. So this is another additional bedroom of the three. I mean, it's a really good size. I mean, bigger than you'll get in, you know, traditional smaller like 1,500 square foot builds. You got your you got your full bath here. You got your primary suite here. And then we have the ensuite bathroom. And again, like I said, this is a pretty standard model. I mean, there aren't many, you know, crazy upgrades or anything. But if you do want certain things done, obviously they can do it, and that's one of the great things about, you know, these Beracah homes. It's completely custom. So if there's something you don't like, you want a bigger closet, you want a smaller closet, you want a soaking tub, you want anything at all, they can do it. Um, and like I said, it's pretty basic. You got the dual vanity here, and this is kind of a bare bones model. Bare bones model. If you know, if you just wanted to, you know, put some on some land, and like I say, you're retiring, or you just want a smaller build and just wanted to be functional. Okay, so now we're gonna tour this second one here. This is the Greenwood model. This is more of like a Craftsman model, so a little bit more upgraded. It can be anywhere from like 4 to 5 bedrooms. This particular one, it's around 3,100 square feet. Again, it's just a little hard with these because everything can be customized. And another thing, I know you guys are probably saying throughout this video, like, Brandon, you say nothing about price. How much does this stuff cost? So it, like, again, it's so hard because it is customized. But I mean, I guess like something that I could give, at least of right now, is I mean, like as far as like per square foot for a basic entry level, like kind of like what we saw with the last one, is probably around like 150 a square foot. So you're talking about 1,500 square feet, somewhere around like that 230, 240 range. But again, it's just going to change because you got to take land costs, all that other stuff. But just for the house, like I said, don't shoot me. I'm just trying to give you like some rough estimates because you can get so customized and so in depth with these. Because I mean, you could take that same house, but if you put, you know, X, Y, Z in it, it's not going to cost you that. So I just want to give you something so you don't kill me down in the comments. But that being said, let's head into this one and check it out. So we're in here. I mean, obviously, this is a little bit more of like kind of showing off some of the, I guess, some of the different things you can do because it is so customized. I mean, right over here, you got the little place where you can kind of just sit down, take your shoes off, and then I mean, you have a chest here that, you know, you kind of open up, put your shoes in. But one thing that I did find, I know we talked about a little bit in the factory, was that, you know, there's certain things you can't do. But I mean, when he said like, you know, depending on how high the ceiling, you can actually still do sort of like a raised, you know, like a high ceilings type thing here. Cause I mean, you're looking over this overlook. So, I mean, you still can do certain things, in these modulars, like the high ceilings, and depending on exactly what place, where it's actually at. But from there, I mean, obviously we come into the main living space, and I mean, you got a ton of space here to do whatever you want in. Obviously, it's all open concept. I mean, that's what most of these homes are, what everybody's doing. But if you don't like that, one of the good things is you can change it. And then you got the custom hood here. I mean, I don't know if it was in the other one or not, but I mean, you can do pot filler, whatever you want. Even this sink looks like it's more of like a custom style sink with the with the way it's cut out. Down that way, obviously we have the half bath over. Well, no, not the half bath. I'm sorry, misspoke. So yeah, we do. So we got the half bath. We got the half bath here, and then we got the washroom with cabinetry and everything else. You got the utility sink here. This is all down, and as we move further into the home, obviously you have the dining area. You got the coffered or tray ceiling, whatever you want to call it, and then you have another tray ceiling here with the primary suite down here. Plenty of space, and as we move from here, you got the dual walk-in closets. So each of you can all have your walk-in closets, and then you have the bathroom with the dual vanities, and then you have the glass enclosure shower here with the toilet seat. With the toilet seat, yeah, it's just a toilet seat, no bathroom. Yeah, so where you got the toilet and whatnot. You gotta forgive me. Sometimes when I'm doing these, it's just I'm just doing it all freestyle, off the head. I don't have any do-overs or new takes or anything. And then we have some additional bedrooms over here. So yep, we got the additional bedroom here. You got the little side. You got like some additional space over here to the side where the closet would be. This is this is a bigger model, and obviously, I mean, when you're going through yours, like I said, they got like 80 some odd designs. I mean, you're gonna customize these however you want to. This is kind of just showing off what what some of the things you can do are, or what some of the layouts can potentially be, because this is what they have here. Roger actually told me that sometimes he rotates these, so he picks these up, and these get sold. So when you come out here, it might be a different model out here that he's showcasing, because like I said, they have a bunch of different floor plans. So yeah, it's just kind of showing you what you can do here. You got another full bath there, and you got another another additional room here. I mean, honestly, I've seen primary bedrooms that aren't as big as this, and this is just an additional bedroom. So that's one of the things. One of the things you can do. Again, I feel like I just keep saying over and over again. I'm sorry if I sound repetitive, guys, but yeah, you can kind of customize all this, and I mean, you're going to go through all that. If you want a a 20 by 20 for all your additional bedrooms, I mean, you could do it. I mean, if you all want you want 3 bedrooms and you all want them to be a size of a primary suite, I mean, you can do that. So I mean, upstairs, obviously, you can do this however you want. I mean, you could put bedrooms and whatnot up here, but they just left it kind of like as a big loft area. So I mean, to me, it's kind of like a ranch home with a loft. So I mean, if you're someone like me who has kids, they decide to come back home, from college or something like that, and they want to come back with the parents, throw them up here. Or if you got some guests, or you got guests staying at the home or anything like that, you can go from there and have them up here, or turn these into bedrooms or whatever you want to do. So yeah, so the last mic died on us, so we're here with the one. Yeah, I just want to thank Roger, so much for showing us everything, and kind of enlightening us to the process of building with modular, and giving another opportunity to you know, to build custom homes or anything like that. Just another way to get, you know, what the people want, you know, a home, a great home for great value.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
And if we can help you out, obviously, you can check us out on our website, beracahhomes.com. And happy to help, and look forward to working with you very much in the future.
Yeah, same here. And again, guys, like I said, I do these videos for you guys. So if there's anything in particular you want to see, a particular builder that you want to see, or anything like that, I'll try to get them on the channel, you know, showcase everything. And if you're potentially, like I said, if you're thinking about buying here in Delaware, feel free to reach out to me. You know, I'll put my info on screen. I mean, it's going to be me you get. And you know, any way I can make this content even better for you, you know, definitely let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of, you know, the factory here at Beracah, the homes, or anything like that. And if you need some more information, obviously feel free to reach out to Roger at Beracah Homes, or feel free to reach out to me, and we can get together. We come all down and, you know, get together and potentially maybe, you know, get you a Beracah home.